Well, the flag is being lowered already. It didn't stay up very long, Deputy.
Oh.
Deputy Horissier, you used to be a member of the Parliamentary Association, or whatever they call it here.
The Royal Commonwealth Society.
Used to the member?
And the Commonwealth. Yes, yeah.
I mean, a little bit of pageantry is no harm. But does it do any good in Jersey? Does it do anything useful?
Well, I think it links us to a broader organisation. And although the Commonwealth finds it very difficult to get strong views because it has to operate on consensus and has a very diverse group of nations, I think it's important we hear what they're saying and we get involved.
We heard a few words today from a few officials, Lieutenant Governor and the bailiff, not exactly political people, but they're talking fine words about diversity of the local community and promotion of democracy, but it's all just hot air really, isn't it?
No, I wouldn't say it was. As I said, the Commonwealth certainly as an organisation, it operates on consensus, so it's never as strong and firm as people want it to be. But I think it's important we hear what's going on in other countries.
Well, that's good,
and we interact with them.
But we want them to interact with us. They might say that Jersey's, for example, our favourite subject, human rights. Awful lot of blank spaces in the Book of Human Rights in Jersey. If some of these foreign countries came here and started, say, jagging their finger and say, you're not up to standard, we wouldn't quite like that, would we?
Probably not, but you've got to remember, actually, we do go to conferences where comments are made like that.
Right.
I mean, they do, for example, one thing a lot of the countries find hard when we discuss things like separation of powers is the role of the bailiff. And I've certainly picked up criticism of that factor.
Not a lot of feedback from poor old Joe Public, is there, on all this? There's a bit of a nice little jollies for people to go up to Kuala Lumpur or so and have a nice little jolly.
Yeah, it could be like that. But one would hope when members get exposed to this kind of thinking, when they discuss these things, that it does become part of the kind of information they feed back into debates.
What also perturbed me about this, here we are standing in the Senate office, this is yet another militaristic occasion. Rather strange that it wasn't a group of civilians that were doing this ceremony rather than military people, isn't it?
Well, I think you're right. Ideally, it should be both, because I think, oddly enough, the military does play a big role in the Commonwealth. It plays a big role, for example, in emergency intervention programs and things like that. And we see other countries, the French do that a lot with their version of the Commonwealth. So I wouldn't exclude the military, but yes, it should be a joint endeavour.
Also, there's a lot of Glasgow for the Commonwealth Games this year, the team, but of course that country, Scotland, is looking to break away from the United Kingdom. Whether it'll break away from the Commonwealth is yet to be resolved if it gets its independence. That could have implications for Jersey, couldn't it?
Absolutely, because if a country emerges from Scotland, so to speak, yes, it'll demonstrate, no doubt, how to get greater autonomy. And in fact, I suspect even if the referendum is lost, there will undoubtedly be negotiations about increasing the degree of autonomy that Scotland has. So that'll be a marker for Jersey.
And our official representative is quite keen on the idea of independence for Jersey. So would you think that would be leading us into or out of the Commonwealth?
I think they might. I don't think it'll lead us out of the Commonwealth because, as I said, the Commonwealth has got fairly broad criteria for entry, and it's always been perhaps too reluctant to exclude countries that have definitely interfered
places like South Africa and all were
with human rights and so forth. They were. Fiji was for a while, for example.
Of course, it's also attractive.
I don't think by getting more independent you lose your links with the Commonwealth. But I should add, the independent debate is another debate. And I'm not sure it's run its course in Jersey. I wouldn't say simply because Scotland might get independence that's going to sort of somehow resolve the Jersey independence issue. Far from it.
Another aspect of the Commonwealth which is attractive to Jersey people is, of course, it's free at the moment.
Yes.
There's no charge. You think perhaps if there was a charge levied, Jersey would be quite so keen? Rather like United Nations, we can pretend to be part of it. We don't pay anything, do we?
I don't think that would be an issue. The Commonwealth has a lot of well-off countries in it. It has a lot of less well-off countries in it. At the moment, the major structures of the Commonwealth are financed by the bigger or the more affluent countries. I don't think it's... And there are an awful lot of small states in the Commonwealth, and I don't think you can press them for a lot of money, quite bluntly.
No, of course, it was read out at the beginning, the Queen's message. Of course, we don't even pay anything towards the Queen, do we?
No. except in the sense that we do pay for the governor's establishment. So we do pay those expenses.
Okay, well, you should no doubt return to these issues.
I'm sure we will. They seem to rumble on and on and on.
Sure.
Okay,
Well.
thank you very much.